Hello everyone and welcome to our second episode of our Euro Truck Simulator 2 Season 2 series. We are back with the second episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2 Season 2 and we are going to be continuing today. We finished in Akureyri last time and we are going to pick a job from Akureyri this time. Now, if you remember our last episode, I did mention at the from episode 3 onwards, we will be having a topic that we will be talking about every episode. And I've picked out a bunch of questions from online. I've picked up about 10 questions. We'll try and get through them all. And they are questions based on the topic of health. Some interesting ones going on here and ones that will really get us talking about. I've never really done anything like this before. It's kind of like a Q&A, but I haven't got enough people subscribed to do a Q&A. So, just do it this way anyway. And at the end of the episode, I will reveal next episode's topic. And let me know if you actually like this. Give me a like or, a thumbs up if you like this. We might actually, we're going to do it for at least the next 4 episodes at least. And we'll see how it goes. Up until episode 7. And then, if you remember, episode 5 as well is going to be where we buy our new truck. We upgrade to advanced parking with park truck. And I'm going to reveal something special in episode 5. So on Friday, we're going to have a big announcement. Actually, I think on Friday we're not going to have a topic to talk about. So, just because there's so much to talk about on Friday anyway. We might do a topic, we might not. We might just do like a very, very not broad, a very, very, like maybe, I don't know, something like animals or something. One that's not like a big category to talk about. But this episode we've got health to talk about, so I'll be looking over to the right hand side to read the questions. They're very small text. Don't know why I made it bigger, but it's fine. And it should appear on the screen as well through editing. So when I actually read out the question, it will appear on the screen as well. So we are going to take, I think we are going to take this job here. We could go to Reykjavik, but that is a bit further. 8,000. How far is Reykjavik? 327 miles. Or Stikkishólmur. I think we'll go to Stikkishólmur for 9,400. That's going to really boost our bank balance up to around about 22 grand. Wow. We should think about getting drivers in. We might actually look at that next episode though. Oh my god, I just spilt my tea. Oh my god, what a great start. Excellent start. Okay. What is this that I'm driving? What on earth am I looking at? Hang on. Let me just turn down the audio a little bit so you can hear me speak. There we go. That should be okay. That should be pretty much fine. That is a bit loud, isn't it? Yeah, that is kinda loud. But it should be okay. It's not too bad. It still feels a little bit loud, doesn't it? Why is the wipers on? Okay. So what are we taking here? Nope. We're taking lamb's stomachs to Samskip. It's meant to be there at Thursday at midnight. Okay. Or like Thursday 6 AM. Alright, better get on the road then. Let's remove that. What are you doing? Can you please remove that? Nope. How do I remove this again? There we go. That's what I wanted. I've got a sat nav there already, so I don't know what I'm doing. It's a bit loud for me. There we go. It's much better for me. Oh, that scenery looks a bit weird. That does look a bit strange to me. Don't know why. Alright. So, as I mentioned, we have got health as our main topic that we are going to be talking about this episode. So, hang on. Just going to pull that down a bit more. And I might actually crash. Oh my god, that was not a good idea. It was a terrible idea, though. Okay. So, we are going to be talking about health today. Now, I picked out a bunch of questions from online. We're going to trial this out for the next few episodes. I think it's going to be quite fun. It gives us something to talk about when we're on the road. And, you can just enjoy the scenery, this lovely 4K scenery that's going on. You can, just enjoy the journey while you listen to me talk about health, But the questions are quite interesting. So we're going to start off with question number 1. Question number 1 is the very obvious question about health. Do you consider yourself a healthy person? Oh, what a question, what a question. Okay, so obviously I've thought about this, like, I've thought a little bit about the questions beforehand, but most of them I've actually, this is like being just asked to me, I've not really thought about it. So yeah, do I consider myself a healthy person? So, I'd probably say yes. In general, I'd say yes, I'd consider myself a healthy person. I don't know, like, on food, I'd say yes, like, definitely not, sorry. Because I do not eat healthy at all. Hang on. Can I just adjust seats here? Why am I so high? What's going on? That's a bit weird still. What on earth? That was so weird. No idea what that was about. What are you doing? So yeah, as I said, when it comes to food, I really don't consider myself a healthy person. Cause I mean, I eat meals, like I eat like bolognese, I'd have that. I'd fry some veg, add some spaghetti to it or whatever. I eat balanced meals, like I sort of, I don't have takeaways that often when I live alone. I used to have takeaways a lot more than I do now. I tend to have like one takeaway a month now, by the way. Not that often. But the worst thing for me, absolutely, when it comes to health, when it comes to like healthiness, like food-wise, is probably like biscuits and stuff. Like I'll buy a pack of biscuits from the shop, and I'll say, I'll leave the other half till tomorrow, and then I'm like, this cup of tea that I've got, they would go really well with that other half of biscuits, and then I end up eating the other half of biscuits. So what I actually need to do is I need to make sure that I'm not buying the biscuits in the first place, because if they're in the house, they're getting eaten on the night. And it's just a bad thing, like I cannot resist. This must be what an alcoholic feels like. When this must be what an alcoholic feels like when they when they start drinking alcohol and they can't stop. And yeah, I can see their pain. Nah, I don't really know what an alcoholic feels like, or being an alcoholic feels like. But yeah, when it comes to food, I definitely don't consider myself a healthy person at all. When it comes to exercise, I do a lot of walking. I used to cycle a lot, actually, and that I used to burn like about 1,000 calories a day sometimes. Like, I'd go on like 6-7 hour bike rides and I'd burn over 1,000 calories, and that's like more than half the stuff I eat a day, and I'd be losing weight at that point. Even though I was already like quite skinny, I'd be losing weight. I say skinny. I am definitely a lot more like, I've got a lot more weight to me these days than I used to. I did go to the gym for a bit, but like everybody else, I like stopped going after like 2 days. So I bought the subscription and then stopped going. When it comes to like, when it comes to like, but yeah, overall, I would say I'm a healthy person. Just to summarise, I would say I'm quite a healthy person. I wouldn't say, I'd say food is like the downside for me. Like I don't really care that much to keep myself healthy. I did for a bit and then I stopped caring. I really should have just stuck with that. But then again, I've kind of had this same sort of diet my whole life, like just sort of have what I want on the day. Like obviously I've kind of kept an eye on my health a little bit, but I've not really bothered that much. We go. But yeah, I don't see myself needing to like lose weight though. Like I feel like I've got a good weight at the minute. So I'd say I'm pretty healthy, but then again, a lot of people look healthy but might not actually be healthy. It's down to like what you're eating, your diet and stuff, how much exercise you're doing. It's about both of them though. If you're not doing both of them, you're not technically getting healthier. Obviously exercise helps, like doing exercise more than not doing exercise. Sorry, pal, I'm gonna have to squeeze in here. Can't even remember what key I set. What key did I set neutral to again? Let's have a look. Shift to neutral. Joy 2, button 2. No idea what that is. Ah, there we go. That's what it is. Yeah, set it to that. Oh, didn't mean that. So to summarise, I'd say yes, mostly, on like anything other than like food. Like, I drink tea as well, so like in terms of drinking stuff, like I'm not giving you a lift, bro. I'd say I'm okay. I'd probably like say I'm a 7 out of 10. A lot of people have a lot more unhealthy lifestyles than me. A lot of people have healthier lifestyles than me, but I'm quite happy with my lifestyle. I get like a good balance of like being healthy, a balanced diet, but also enjoying what I eat. But there is foods that I definitely know that are very healthy and I'll really enjoy. Like a jack potato with tuna and if I add cheese in it, it's not really that healthy. Add beans to it, that definitely helps. But like I say, cheese, I'll be thinking, should I have cheese or beans? Alright, cheese sounds much better. Alright, that summarises that question then. Alright, the next question is, do you get enough sleep every night? Okay, now, it really depends, this question. I think with everybody, it really depends. I do aim to have at least 7 hours of sleep a night. I always like to try for 7. I feel like I can get by with 7. Because I feel like if I get 8, I'm kind of losing an hour and I'm not really helping myself in another way. Okay, that's slowed down massively. That Timber Turtle trailer. I feel like, so if you have 7 hours sleep, you're basically having 17 hours free, which is 24 hours a day. That extra hour that I would get instead of having 8 hours sleep kind of helps. So I aim for 7 hours. Now, that doesn't always happen. Because sometimes I'll set my alarm, you know, I'm aiming for a sleep schedule of like 10 till 5 at the minute. You know, go to bed around 9:30, fall asleep at 10, you know, wake up at 5. But right now I'm recording a video at 10:15. So, you know, you can see how that's going. And it always kind of pushes forward. And then eventually I'm waking up at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And that does happen sometimes. But I usually try and like get to work, like go to work around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And then return at like 1 in the afternoon. Just so that I can, I'm talking about a part-time job here. Just so that I can, you know, it's kind of like an alarm clock in a way. And I need to work anyway, so I might as well do it early and help myself. But yeah, there is days though where I just can't fall asleep and then I end up getting like 4 hours sleep because I'm working the next day. And then going to work with like 4 hours sleep is not great. But yeah, I definitely need at least 6. I'd say 6 I can get by with nicely. 7 is decent. I'd say 7 is perfect. 8 is like still perfect, but it's a little bit more than I'd like. And then 9 is too much, I'd say, personally. But yeah, I said most nights I do get enough sleep these days. But yeah, I'm more like into like trying to fit as much hours into the awake time as I am. But then what's the point in being awake if you're just tired all the time, I guess. So yeah. But I'd say overall, yeah, it's kind of mixed, but I'd say, yeah, I do kind of get enough sleep. Alright, the next question is, have you ever had COVID-19? Oh, okay. So this is going to be a long story, this. Well, it's not really a long story, it's like just saying, well, the simple answer is yes. I'm not going to be a politician about this and say no, Matt Hancock, who's currently an I'm a Celebrity, eating penises. That was really close. Shots fired. Yeah, so, COVID-19, that actually links to Matt Hancock really nicely, doesn't it? Have you ever had COVID-19? Yes, I have, is the simple answer. Yes, I have. I think it was summer 2021, so it wasn't the summer just past, it was the summer before that. And the first thing that happened was I had a headache, and I did a test. It came up positive on one of those stupid lateral flow things that actually just I did not find useful at all. So it came up positive on that, so I did a bloody lab testing, can't remember the name of them. I did a lab test, and then that came back positive. I was like, oh, for God's sake. I was like, great, now I need to sit in the house for the next 10 days. And I don't think COVID's, the actual illness, was the disease or whatever you want to call it. The virus, of course. The virus was the worst part of it. It was probably just like sitting in the house for 10 days. And I'm someone who likes to, you know, go outside, drive with caution, snow ahead. I'm someone that likes the outdoors, you know. I like to, you know, I like a mix of the indoors and outdoors, but I'm almost out every single day. I actually cannot remember the last time I wasn't outside on one of the days. I think this year, 2022, so far, I've probably been outside every single day. It might be the first year that's actually happened. But yeah. Like, even on rainy days and stuff, I'm like, you know what, go to the shop. You know, I still need fresh air. But yeah, I have had COVID-19, summer 2021. It was moderate, you know, and I didn't get too bad from it. I had headaches, you know, I had sore throat. Sore throat was probably the worst, coughs as well, like, during it. Oh yeah, lost the taste and smell as well. Oh my god, that was terrible for me. I think for about 2 weeks afterwards, I just had no taste and smell. It was just not good. So, like, you know, one of my favourite things to do in the world is eating, you know. I just did not like it. So I bought one of those Y-Food things, you know, those little Y-Food meal replacement things, and they were absolutely lovely. You know, they were great the whole time I had COVID. And I'm so glad I bought them, because they were very, very useful. And search that up as well, Y-Food is a very good meal replacement. It will make you feel like you've not got a lot of, like, you know, your things you need, but that passes over a week or so. You will feel like kinda, you know, like you need to eat like after an hour, but you need to sort of get used to it. Like, sit for 4 hours without any food. You will feel very hungry after the 4 hours for the first time. Definitely. Especially if you're doing, like, exercise and stuff. Don't do exercise. If you're going to do exercise, have something else with it as well. What am I doing? There we go. Set 47. That's fine. This is lovely scenery, though. Lovely scenery. Alright, next question is, we kind of covered this already, but do you eat fast food? If so, how often? Okay, now we need to like take a little look at my job at the minute. So I'm gonna so basically at the minute I'm working part-time at McDonald's. So basically we get a free meal every shift. I'm only working there 2 times a week at the minute, 2 days a week at the minute. So on those days I am eating fast food technically, or a takeaway technically. So that's 2 days out of 7 basically. Although some days I will, you know, eat like I don't know, a spicy veggie wrap, and that probably is the healthiest thing on the menu, I'd say. And yeah, I don't want to eat McDonald's ever again. The only time I'd ever go for McDonald's, if I'm out and about or whatever, is a coffee probably, and that's probably the only thing I'd ever buy. Because coffee is something you don't get sick of, but McDonald's is. And then outside of that, I don't really eat that much fast food at all. Like, I don't eat any I very rarely eat takeaways. If someone comes over, or if I go back to visit my family, which is like once a month or something, then I will, you know, have a takeaway when I do that. And we'll have like a meal as well. It's like our new thing. Like, because we've got a car now, we usually go for a meal. It's great. But yeah, I only probably have fast food 2 times a week, which is still quite a lot, but I kind of like have the healthier options usually. Every now and again I'll get a Big Mac. Today I did that. Today I did that. So yeah. Alright, the next question is, do you have any allergies? Okay, now this is a very, very big question for me, because I do have allergies. I have a lot. So I have like allergies to like wool. So if I wear wool, like cotton wool jumpers or whatever, I'll come out in a really big rash. Like after about 10 minutes of wearing it, I'll just come out in this massive rash. If it's like a wool jumper, then yeah. If it's got wool included, then yeah. Another thing I do have is hay fever as well. Now, I'm sure everybody in the UK remembers the heat wave back in July, and I remember I went out one day. I think it was the day that it was like 30 degrees or 32 degrees in Scotland, and that I've never felt hay fever so bad. I've had like, you know, moderate sort of hay fever symptoms in the past, sneezing, sometimes a little bit itchy eyes, but honestly, that day I was struggling to breathe, and it was that realization that I knew that I had like really bad hay fever. Although it's not very often that we get to 30 degrees in Scotland, so the last time I think it was 5 years ago or so past. But yeah, I had really bad hay fever, like record-breaking heat. Like seriously, like I've never felt hay fever or anything like that so bad in my life. Because I was outside as well. I was on a walk like during that day. It was boiling, and you can imagine how I was feeling, like with the hay fever, with the heat that's going on. This like heat that I've never experienced before. It was just not good. And yeah, I had to go to Boots and buy some hay fever tablets because I knew I needed them like really badly. And yeah, I literally went into Boots with the like red eyes, like extremely red eyes that I've never ever experienced before. Like it was terrible. It was so bad. So now every time that hay fever is like moderate or higher in the summer, especially around like July and August time, when it's at its peak, grass pollen is what it is, then I always need to take a tablet. But yeah, I'm a big hay fever sufferer now, especially in the heat waves, especially in like hottest weather. But yeah, thankfully, I absolutely love winter now, because I've got no allergies at this time of year, unless I wear a woolly jumper, of course. And dry skin becomes a big thing around November time, doesn't it? So I'll have that to deal with as well. But thankfully, we won't have any hay fever to deal with for the next, at least the next 5 months. Thank God. That's why I actually love the autumn and the winter. I mentioned this last episode that I absolutely love the autumn and winter. 2 favourite seasons, love it. We might actually do a question, like questions on the weather as a topic later in the month as well. Maybe in like late November we'll do like a video on weather topics. I don't know if we're still going to be doing this series in late November. I think scheduled to finish around the 21st, this series. But yeah, we'll see. Alright, the next question is, what do you think is a good age to live to? Oh, okay. Alright, so I am currently 21. So I've lived probably about a third, maybe a little bit less than a third of my life. If we're assuming I'm living to... Actually, that would only take me to 53 if I'm a third. Probably a quarter, actually. If I was to live to 85, I've lived a quarter of my life. Now, bearing in mind, I don't really remember any of the first 7 or 8 years of my life. You can kind of cut them out. So technically, I've only been conscious for about 12 or 13 years. So that isn't too bad. I'm going to be 22 in January, by the way. Wow. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, it really depends. There's a lot of things that you can live to old age, you know, you can say like a good age to live to, you know, you can live to old age and stuff, but there's so many things that can go wrong before that. You know, you can have any sort of disease, like, or virus like cancer, or, you know, dementia or anything like that, or you can have like, you know, you can have anything, or you can just have like a natural thing that happens, or you can like get hit by a car, you know. Taking this dark. But yeah, I think a good age to live to is probably 80. Like, I think if you can live to 80, you've probably had a really good life. And, you know, you can say that, you know, I've had a fabulous life, you know, I've you know, live to 80. But I think it's like 1 in 5 people live to 100 now, and probably that's going to increase to like maybe 1 in 4 by the time I get to 80. Probably. So, I mean, I don't know. I think 80 is the perfect number. You're probably getting old at that point as well. You're probably sort of feeling like you want to probably die without taking this too dark. Because you're probably going to have like various issues as well. Like you're probably going to start having, I don't know, you're probably going to start having like the fear as well that you could die any day as well. But I think at that age you're probably like, you know, a lot of people at that age are like, yeah, I'm done now. Like you know, I'm trying to talk about this without taking it too dark or too, you know, serious. But yeah. Okay, we're going this way. But yeah, if you live to 100, wow, 100 years, that's a fifth of my life. Conscious life, about an eighth so far. So yeah, I'd say 80 personally. I think the life expectancy for a man in the UK is about 75, and a woman it's about 81, 82, something like that. I know a woman's probably more, females are more. But obviously that's down to you as well. If you exercise enough, you're increasing those chances. If you don't drink or smoke, you're increasing those chances. If you eat healthily, you're increasing those chances. You know. Alright, the next question is, do you skip breakfast? What a bizarre question. I read this and I was like, what? Do you skip breakfast? I thought, you know, I'd add like a quirky question in there. Yeah, I do this a lot. I've done this since I was in primary school, and I'm still doing it now. But the thing is, it really goes day by day, you know. Like, I'll wake up for work, I'll start work at like 9 AM, for example. It's just an example. I'll start work at 9 AM, and, you know, I'll set my alarm for 7:30, you know. I'm gonna have an hour before I need to walk to work. I'm gonna go in the shower, I'm going to eat breakfast, and I'm gonna sit down and watch the latest episode of EastEnders. You know, I'll do that. And then it comes to it, and your alarm goes off at 7:30. You're like, no way I'm getting up right now. It's freezing, I'm cold, you know, I'm too tired for this. You know, it would be great just to have another half an hour. So I set you know, I snooze the alarm, and the alarm goes off about, you know, 6 times in the next half an hour. And you just press the button. If you've got an iPhone, you just push the button at the side, which is really bad, by the way. You just like, because you're just literally moving your hand and pushing it, and that's it. But I'd say, yeah, and then I always, you know, I always wake up at like 1:15, so then I don't actually have a shower. I have like the quickest breakfast I can possibly get. Not a very nutritious breakfast, probably something like, I don't know, a bowl of crunchy nut or something, and that's it. That's pretty much it. That's my breakfast, and then I go to work for 4 hours until my break, until I can get something to eat. And that's it. And then I end up having like a massive breakfast, like a big, massive dinner, like a Big Mac or something, or a massive break meal. So yeah, it's a lot of the times I will skip breakfast, even if I have work in the morning. But I'm only working 2 days a week, so I can't say it's not too bad, you know. But yeah, the simple answer is sometimes, most of the time, and yeah. Of course, if I'm not working, you know, I don't really have any reason not to skip breakfast. Like, I can just like wake up and then take as long as I want, you know. Alright, the next question is, how can you manage stress in your life? Now, I know this is going to be a big question. How can you manage stress in your life? We've only got 2 questions left. This is actually perfect. 118 miles to go. Wow, not bad. So, how do you manage stress in your life? Okay, so mental health is like a massive thing at the minute. You know, like, well, it's been a massive thing for years, but, you know, more and more every day, like, more people are you know, like, having mental health issues, you know, anxiety, depression, etc., etc. And a lot of people are using, like, meditation apps and stuff to, you know, calm their nerves, calm their thoughts and stuff. And yeah, like, do breathing exercises, I don't know, go for a walk or whatever. Like, everybody has their own way of dealing with stress. I can tell you my way of dealing with stress. I sometimes use meditation. You know, if I'm like, you know, if I've got like a lot of thoughts in my mind, like something's happened and I'm like constantly thinking about that and can't really do anything else, or like just like that's always what I'm thinking about. At the minute, there's not really anything like that. I feel like that's a really good point in your life. If you're at a point in your life where like you're not really constantly thinking about something, and you know it's going around your mind all the time, then I think it's not a bad position to be in, and that's exactly what I'm in right now. At the start of the year, I was, you know, I had like various mental health issues. I had anxiety with a uni project. I talked about this in a video. There's more details in that video, but I'm not going to go through the full details. But yeah, I had to use meditation apps to calm my nerves, and you know, I just struggled the whole thing. And you know, until you get rid of that source of the anxiety, it's just, you know, it's kind of gonna eat away at you. But managing stress, like, it depends what you mean by stress. Like, you know, stress can mean like a constant thing, like anxiety. Or it could just mean like stress, you know, you go to work and you're stressed at work and you come home and forget about it. You know, there's different kinds of stress. But I would say the best way to deal with stress is just do something that will take your mind off it. I honestly find it really difficult to take my mind off stuff. Like, a lot of people say, you know, do this, you know, play a game and I'll take your mind off it. And it just, honestly, like, for me, like, it might work with a lot of other people, but for me, it's just not something that happens. Like, you say, like, try and take your mind off it, but it just does not happen. So I'd say the best way is probably, I think the best way to manage stress in terms of anxiety and depression is probably sleeping, because it's the only time you can I can probably get rid of it. But yeah, I honestly don't know how I managed. Like, I don't know how I got anxiety from like a group project at uni. Like, some of the most bizarre things will give you that, and that's exactly what I had. And like, I look back at it and think, wow, that was a really low point in my life. But I got through it. I got through it. And 2022, by the way, I've said this once before, 2022 has flipped so badly. Like, it's flipped so much. Around July, August time, good times returned. And I think it was probably the first time for me that good times had returned. Probably in about 8 months. And yeah, oh my god, we're turning. But yeah, I was really happy that like I'd finally broke out of that sort of phase of like bad times and bad thoughts, like negative thoughts. And like, it definitely shows that you can get through it. And yeah, it's removing the source of it, you know. And I was really close to quitting uni, by the way, at that point. Like, I think about 2 weeks before the end of it, I was like, you know, I was thinking, can I really deal with another 2 weeks of this? And I was thinking, probably not, actually. But I pushed it. I pushed myself to, you know, to get it done. And I even had a panic attack in the middle of it, you know. But yeah, that is... But, I mean, managing stress, for me, it's not very easy, you know. If it's like work stress, you know, like it's sort of thing that you deal with at work and then come home. Kind of like McDonald's. If anyone's ever worked at McDonald's before, you'll kind of know that it's stressful there, but you don't really take the stress home with you that much. Unless like something big has happened, like a very rude customer or something. It doesn't happen as often as people say, by the way. But yeah. I might actually do like a sort of a talk about the job in one of the episodes actually. But yeah. So yeah, to manage stress, definitely use meditation if you can. If you're in that position that I was in, or anything like that, or just generally. Like, they say that you should do like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of meditation a day, but I feel like I don't need it at the minute, because I feel like my mind is sort of clear. You know, you can tell. You know, like. You know, a lot of people talk about their low points, but a lot of people don't really talk about their, you know, their high points. You know, like the mental health is like really talked about from perspective of like being low and negative, but like it's not really talked about how people overcome it. I think that should be talked a bit more. Because like, I feel like if you talk about how you overcome it, I feel like more people are going to be like, wow, I can actually do this. Where am I? I'm just wondering where I am. Why on earth did it tell me to go this way? Am I dumb? Did I make a mistake? Okay, hang on. Let's do a U-turn here. Nobody saw this. Matt Hancock does U-turns all the time. Oh, you had to be there, didn't you? Hello! Don't mind me. I'm just stuck in the mud. Oh, I haven't turned my console on either. It's really bad. Hang on a sec. We're talking about stress. It's giving me a lot of stress right now. Whoa, no, I don't want crash vehicle offence. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on, Jeff. I don't know who Jeff is, by the way. I'm just saying a random name. Okay, we're gonna have to wreck the truck a bit. Bye. Thanks. Alright, we're on to our final question now. It's, do you drink alcohol or smoke? I'm actually surprised we managed to get through this. Do you drink alcohol or smoke anything? So, no, I do not drink alcohol or smoke. So we'll start with smoking, because it's something that's very, very simple. Basically, smoking is becoming like a bit of an old-fashioned thing now, which is good. Vaping is becoming like more of a thing, which is kind of like an alternative to stop smoking. It's still bad, but like it's nowhere near as bad as smoking. So I'd say that that's kind of on the up, you know, like people are smoking less, which in turn, if we go back to the question of a good age to live, you're actually increasing your chance of living by about 12 years if you don't smoke for your entire life, compared to smoking maybe 10 fags a day. Which I thought was fascinating. Like, why would these people, you know, that want to... Like, I thought, you know, a few years ago, I thought to myself, do I ever want to smoke? I literally thought this. And I was like, do I want 12 years of my life, or do I want to smoke like this little cylinder thing? And I mean, the best thing to do is, this links to alcohol as well. If you don't want to get addicted to something, just don't start doing it. Like, it's very simple. Like, my mum and my gran smoke, and I'm like, you know, obviously that's like a very old-fashioned thing. Like, they were brought up in that way, and were probably like, when they were kids, they sort of tried it and then they got addicted to it. But they, you know, that's. But obviously, like, my mum and stuff, she stopped smoking. You know, in the last, like, when I went to the Arctic, actually, she stopped smoking due to that. So like, I made a, you know, like a great thing happen in my life, and then she stopped smoking because I did that. So I sort of like stopped her smoking and probably gave her about another 5 or 6 years in her life. You know, no problem. You know, like I mean, I'm here. You know, if you you want to give me something for it, you know. No, I would cringe so bad if she's watching my videos right now. She doesn't even know I have a channel. Thank God, by the way. What on earth is this road? What the hell? So when it comes to alcohol as well, I feel like alcohol, I've tried alcohol in the past, like, you know, like little bits of it in time to time. I thought it was absolutely rank. Every time I've tried it, like I tried cider, thought it was terrible. I tried, it tastes like apple juice, but like just added with sulfur. Like, it's just terrible. And then I tried vodka, that was even worse. I think the only thing I've ever liked is Smirnoff Ice. And like the only time I'll ever drink that is on Christmas. I think it's very unusual for someone like me to like not enjoy alcohol. Like, I don't know why, I just don't like it. I just don't. There's not a lot of things I don't like in terms of like drinks and food and stuff, but alcohol is one of them that I don't like. Which I feel like is kind of luck, in a way. Another thing I don't like either is cold tea. This guy is getting tired. But we've got 37 miles to go, bro. You can't sleep yet. Honestly, what is this road? Turbo King. This is probably going to be like a 50-minute episode. Another long episode. Oh well. This is a special return E-Test 2. Don't care. But yeah, like I say, like alcohol, I mean, alcohol is kind of depressant, so if you, it's not the best way to deal with like stress, for example. Going back to another question, best way to deal with stress is not alcohol, definitely not. But yeah. Oh, look at this, you're getting tired. Yeah, I'm trying to do it before this guy like blacks out and ends up bloody dying or something. But yeah. Oh my god! No, I'm not going to be able to turn. No, I'm not going to be able to turn. Oh my flipping god. Oh my god, I'm not going to be able to turn. Hello, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so bloody close. I almost ended up in the water. I honestly thought that was going to be absolute wreck fest for me. Oh my god, that was so close. I was too intrigued on just getting to the place, like too focused on that. Oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. Like, how did I save that? I mean, we've got 28% damage, but I mean, not that. 28% damage or whatever it is. I don't think there's much on the trailer though. It's a truck. I don't care about the truck, personally. It's not even mines. 6%, 2% on the cargo. That's not too bad, actually. I don't think we get fined that much for it. If I come away with this at like 7 grand, I'll be happy. I mean, barely that much of a journey anyway. Kind of like talked a way through it. You're getting tired. Oh, really? I haven't noticed. You know, it's not like I have eyes or I have a brain that I can actually tell. You're getting very sleepy. Yes, I know. Thank you. Olaf's Vic. Oh, this road is horrible. Should have went to Reykjavik. Instead of Reykjavik, it should have been Specsavers. Don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's Saturday night, it's bonfire night, I'm listening to fireworks, and I'm literally talking about health on a Saturday night. Welcome to my life. Again, I'm not the sort of person that would go out on a Saturday night anyway. Not kinda into that. Obviously, if I get invited out, you know, I'll do it. Like I did a few weeks back. And I didn't go because I thought it was terrible. It was literally the work night out, or like a works night out. And I thought, where are we going? Oh, we're going to Wetherspoons. Oh, I thought, you know what, no thanks. The Wetherspoons in Dundee is insanely busy. I'm not going there. I'm a laughing minute, aren't I? But I don't care. Nah, I am quite fun in general, as you know from my videos. Okay, you're getting tired. Yes, thanks for reminding me for the 50th time. Enter. Let's go. We're going to do this one because we're still noobs. I'm a noob. But you guys are watching this, so you're technically a noob as well. Ocean Solution. Lovely boring trailer at the side. Yeah, look at this. I thought I was going to actually make myself proud there, but nope. There we go. A little pixel back. No problem all. Cool. Ready to detach. Put the wipers on. Yeah, let's go. Satisfactory. Oh wow, we actually came away with 8 grand. Take that. Oh, level 3 hype. Look at that. Oh, I think we should go... long distance. I don't really want to do longer journeys in like 40 minutes though, so maybe just stick back with that now. But we could do 2 episode long journeys as well. Double episodes. I think I'm going to go just in time. It's the best one now. Let's have a little look at the other journeys. So we're at that place now. So I think we might actually need to just take something like that and just get the highest value journey going. Or like Thurso to Dumfries, it's very similar to what we've done. But something like that could be quite fun. But I feel like it's just going back the same way. That could be fun, a journey down the UK. How's? How do you even say that? I've never even heard that in my life. Blondius to Rev. So we can do that. We could do this one. This could be quite fun because it is like, you know, like a shortish journey. 357 miles, so very similar to the last one. And that would give us some exciting cargo of some long grain rice. But if we're lucky, we might actually get some basmati rice in there. Wow, that'd be exciting. An exciting episode that would be, delivering some basmati rice. Yeah. Alright, maybe even some jasmine rice. Wow, that'd be incredible if we had some jasmine rice, you know, the little sticky rice that you get. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there before I embarrass myself even more. So in the next episode, oh yeah, I need to reveal in the next episode what we're going to be talking about in terms of our questions. So that was actually really well. I think I answered them very well. Hopefully I did. But the next episode, we are going to be talking about everyday life. Oh, everyday life. That's going to be exciting in the next episode. We're going to talk about everyday life. So we're going to have questions selected from the internet, and we're going to be talking about them. Probably have about 10 to 12 questions again. And we'll have like live questions like... I really should have thought a question. Oh dearie me. Anyway. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, that little thing underneath. We don't hit the dislike button anymore because you can't see how many dislikes you've given. So the haters are going to hate, but they're not going to get very far, as Taylor Swift says. Yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, please like the button. If you haven't already, keep up to date with other videos on my channel, please subscribe, that red button in the big rectangle down at the bottom with white text in it. Then please subscribe. If you haven't already, I'll see you in the next episode. See you later. I'm sorry for being like this. You know, it is, you know, just what happens like when you have me let out of a cage. Bye!